Baseball is America's pastime, and over the last 50 years, the game has produced legends who redefined greatness. But what if we built the ultimate Team USA roster, only with players born between 1970 and 2000? From sweet swings to dominant pitchers, let's build an all-time American dream team. Let's start behind the plate, because every great team needs a leader at catcher. Joe Mauer, born 1983. Mauer was more than a catcher. He was a pure hitter. A three-time batting champion, MVP, and one of the most consistent players of his era. Few catchers could handle a pitching staff and also carry the bat like he did. He's the anchor of our lineup. First base, Frank Thomas. Born 1968, played into the 2000s. At first base, the honor goes to Frank Thomas, the Big Hurt. 2 MVP awards, over 500 home runs, and one of the most feared hitters of the 1990s and 2000s. Thomas defined power hitting while still getting on base at an elite rate. He's the perfect fit at first. Second base, Chase Utley, born 1978. Second base goes to Chase Utley. A World Series champion with the Phillies, Utley wasn't just a power-hitting infielder. He played hard, ran the bases aggressively, and was the emotional heartbeat of his team. For a position often overlooked, Utley brought superstar talent. Shortstop, Derek Jeter, born 1974. At shortstop, we can't overlook Derek Jeter, the captain. Over 3,000 hits, 5 World Series championships, and one of the most iconic leaders in baseball history. Love him or hate him, Jeter defined an era of winning and set the standard for shortstop leadership. Third base, Chipper Jones, born 1972. At third base, it's Chipper Jones, a switch-hitting Hall of Famer. Jones spent his entire career with the Braves, won an MVP, and led Atlanta through one of the most dominant stretches in baseball history. His consistency from both sides of the plate makes him a lock for this team. Now let's head to the outfield, where the legends only get bigger. Outfield, Ken Griffey Jr. Born 1969, but career peaked in the 90s, so included as honorary pick. Technically born in '69, Griffey belongs here because his prime carried the game into the 1990s and 2000s. The kid had the sweetest swing in baseball, 630 home runs, and defense that turned highlight reels into art. Griffey wasn't just a player, he was a cultural icon. Outfield, Mike Trout, born 1991. In center field, the modern face of baseball, Mike Trout. Rookie of the Year, 3-time MVP, and already one of the greatest all-around players we've ever seen. Speed, power, defense, Trout is the total package. If he stays healthy, he'll go down as a top 5 player in history. Outfield, Bryce Harper, born 1992. For the third outfielder, we go with Bryce Harper. The 2010s phenom lived up to the hype. Multiple MVP awards, a World Series ring with the Phillies, and the fire and flair to match his talent. Harper brought star power to Team USA's next generation. Designated hitter, Jim Thome, born 1970. For DH, we go with Jim Thome. Over 600 home runs, a feared left-handed power bat, and one of the most respected sluggers of his generation. Starting pitchers, Roy Halladay, born 1977. A 2-time Cy Young winner, Halladay was a workhorse who threw a perfect game and a postseason no-hitter. Justin Verlander, born 1983. Flame-throwing ace, 3-time Cy Young winner, MVP, and still dominating into his 40s. Clayton Kershaw, born 1988. The left-handed legend with 3 Cy Young awards, an MVP, and the heart of the Dodgers dynasty. Max Scherzer, born 1984, Mad Max, brought fire, strikeouts, and 3 Cy Youngs, proving himself one of the fiercest competitors ever. Closer, Craig Kimbrell, born 1988. For the 9th inning, it's Craig Kimbrell. At his peak, Kimbrell was untouchable, with a blazing fastball and a curveball that froze hitters. So there it is, the all-time Team USA, built from players born between 1970 and 2000. From Jeter to Trout, from Thome to Verlander, these legends carried American baseball across 3 decades of dominance. Who did we leave out? Who would make your all-time Team USA? Drop your lineup in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more baseball history.